Have you ever wondered how many legends are sleeping under the thick dust of time? Deep in this overgrowth, I found a forgotten one. This torn plastic hides a sad story of the past. The first step is always the hardest, pulling this drifter out of the swamp of oblivion. This red rust has been here for decades. As the sunlight hits the frame, the silhouette of a rebel gradually appears. Once a symbol of freedom, now all he has left is decay. Look closely here. The chain is frozen, the tank is rotted, and the wiring is a mess. Rust doesn't just eat metal, it eats the soul of the machine. Surgery begins. This torn seat is the first to go, revealing the poor skeletal frame underneath. Beneath the shell lies an ecosystem of mud and dry leaves. I must meticulously clean every corner to find its former glory. Every bolt is a challenge to my patience. Time has welded them to the frame, turning disassembly into a real battle. The gas tank is removed. Its weight isn't from fuel anymore, but from the sludge of half a lifetime. These wires are what I call stopped blood vessels. Dirty and tangled to revive a heart, we must clear the old pathways. The headlight, mask, and fenders are stripped away. The bike stands bare, shivering under the hammer of reality. Rust starts falling to the floor like tears from the past. The deeper I go, the more damage I find than imagined. Look at this air filter. The engine has been suffocating for a long time. Mud has filled every gap. The throttle, clutch cables, and ignition coil are disconnected. The last links between the builder and the machine are severed. The handlebars once guided dreams, but are now stuck as the brake fluid has petrified. Absolute precision is required. When the front wheel leaves the axle, our drifter officially loses his ability to stand. He is waiting for a pair of hands. The biggest challenge is the exhaust system. The bolts are rusted solid. Heat and patience are the only way. Wiping away the last layer of grime. And there it is. A name, a legend. Rebel. A mark of undeniable value. The frozen chain is removed. It's a reminder that everything can be reborn if we are determined enough. The most critical moment, lifting the engine block. This iron heart is scarred, but it holds the hope of the whole project. The rear wheel and front forks leave their spots. The Rebel is now just a bare frame in the middle of the garage. The swing arm and steering neck are fully disassembled. You can't rebuild a legend on a rotten foundation. The final scraps are gathered. This pile of junk is the starting point of a brand new journey. The war against rust begins. Every red scale is blasted away, revealing the original bright steel. So satisfying. The entire frame is now clean and bright, no trace of time, no more rust. Ready for a brilliant new coat. Protective primer goes on, followed by an energetic red. This isn't the red of rust, it's the red of life rising again. Even the smallest details are painted brilliantly. The contrast between old and new is now clear. The final clear coat is sprayed. The frame glistens like new. Every masterpiece begins with a solid foundation. This red-brown primer is the first shield against the erosion of time. Once the paint is completely dry, every component is neatly organized to prepare for a major mechanical surgery. Under the roaring fire, even the smallest bolts are purified and tempered in oil for eternal durability. The sound of the power wrench signals the beginning. The lifeless steel takes shape, ready to carry a legend once again. This rotten rubber has fulfilled its mission. It's time to strip away the traces of abandonment. High-pressure water will wash away half a century of grime, revealing the true form hidden beneath the rust. Even the most stubborn brake disc bolts must surrender to the heat. We allow no obstacles in our restoration. Every bearing and disc surface is disassembled for rigorous inspection. In restoration, precision is key. Polishing requires absolute patience to rediscover the metallic luster that was lost long ago. A new coat of paint will protect the rims from harsh environments in the upcoming journey. New tires are mounted smoothly. Safety and stability are established from these very rotations. With the brake discs and sprockets tightened, the bike is ready for its first challenges on the road to rebirth. The rear wheel is in place. The smooth rotation of the axle proves that all the cleaning effort was worth it. The front end, featuring powerful gold forks and a sturdy triple tree, will be the strongest support for the entire body. A monoshock is installed in the center to ensure absolute balance and smoothness. Look at that, the rolling chassis is complete. A masterpiece of pure mechanical pride. But the true soul still lies beneath those dry leaves. A derelict engine that seemed forgotten forever. We will cleanse the dust of the past, rediscovering the heart frozen under thick grease and oil. The major surgery begins. Every part, from the carburetor to the starter motor, is removed to reveal internal damage. As the cylinder head opens, the truth emerges. The cam chain, camshaft and this rusty spark plug show a long silence. Removing the cylinder head exposes the piston and cylinder, the source of this beast's power. The flywheel finally leaves its position under the intervention of specialized mechanical tools. Pitch black oil flows out, marking the end of an old era and the beginning of a new life cycle. The clutch assembly and plates are revealed. This is where the power from the engine to the transmission is coordinated. Going deeper into the transmission with the gearbox and shift drum, every detail is recorded with precision. Now it's time to split the engine cases. The entire crankshaft and gearbox are exposed for total cleaning. A summary of hundreds of parts. This complexity is exactly what makes classic engines so fascinating. The purification ceremony begins. Specialized solutions take away all dirt, restoring the original cleanliness. The aluminum surfaces are meticulously polished, helping the engine escape its derelict look for a luxury finish. All carbon deposits are eliminated. The cylinder surface is ground to ensure a perfect seal. A gorgeous silver heat-resistant coat covers the engine cases, turning it into a true piece of art. The piston head is renewed, and every small gear is carefully treated before the journey home begins. New bearings are pressed into place. The crankshaft and gearbox are ready. The heart is preparing to beat again. The journey of rebirth begins from deep within. This isn't just assembling steel, it's a dance of precision where every gear must find its perfect place. The gear selector, the soul of operation. When the shift drum and forks click into place, that smooth, shifting feeling is the first reward for patience. Cleaning the surface is a vital rule. A thin, even layer of liquid gasket is a commitment to a perfect seal. As the two halves meet, the heart begins to take shape. The final turns. Every bolt is tightened in a star pattern to ensure even pressure. The gear lever is now ready for the roads ahead. Lubrication is the lifeblood, and the oil pump is the delivery system. Next up, the clutch assembly. This is where raw power is tamed before hitting the wheel. Every friction plate and spring is meticulously placed. The bike's responsiveness depends entirely on the mechanic's hands. The clutch cover closes, a major chapter is complete. We move to the opposite side to wake up the electrical system. The flywheel and starter where the first sparks are generated to trigger life. A moment of delicacy, installing the piston rings. These thin steel bands determine the engine's compression. The piston enters the combustion chamber like a king returning home. The cylinder drops down gently. Above it, the valves have been fully refurbished, ready for those first steady breaths. The cylinder head is set. These head bolts require precise torque to hold the combustion fortress against extreme heat and pressure. Setting the timing. The camshaft and timing chain must synchronize like a symphony without a single missed note. One wrong tooth, and everything crumbles. Outer beauty is just as important as inner strength. This polished silver aluminum casing is the pride of a reborn machine. A mechanical masterpiece is finished. Time to return this heart to its body. The engine is seated neatly into the frame. Fresh oil flows in, nourishing every mechanical detail. Connecting the last electronic veins. And here it is, the moment we've been waiting for. The spark plug ignites. The first roar confirms. Life is officially back. Don't let appearances fool you. This rotten wiring harness is the real challenge. Every oxidized plug is meticulously purified to clear the energy flow. Safety first. This rusted brake caliper was once scrap metal, but after a chemical bath and a matte black coat, it's ready to restrain this beast. The lungs of the bike, the carburetor, time and dirty fuel have created stubborn deposits, suffocating the engine. We must disassemble every tiny part to clean it. Patience is tested through these tiny jets. Each fuel hole is cleared to ensure a perfect air-fuel mixture. Restoration is about preserving the soul of original parts. Installing the carburetor. Now, this machine can breathe fresh air once again. Everything is ready for the exterior transformation. With the brain purified, rewiring feels like clearing arteries. The dashboard, ignition, switches, and levers return to their post to await the owner's command. The exhaust and horn, one is a powerful roar, the other a call of presence. They are how this bike will communicate with the outside world. Power from the engine goes nowhere without a solid drive chain. Every fresh link connects the rider's will to the road. The brake fluid is topped up, and bleeding the system requires absolute patience. When no air bubbles remain, we have mastered the speed. The fuel tank carries too many scars of time. We grind away the past, weld the holes, and smooth out the dents to heal the bike's spirit. Rust-proof primer is the foundation, followed by the art of body filler. The mechanic's hands are like a sculptor's, creating smooth, flowing curves. Manual sanding, a tedious task that defines class. Only when the hands feel no imperfections can the gray primer be applied. Old, dusty plastics from decades past are washed under high pressure. We polish and sand, preparing for a brilliant revival. The torn seat leather is completely discarded. We will keep nothing that belongs to the old and dilapidated. Cracks in the fairings are treated with specialized filler. Meticulousness in every small detail is what defines a restoration artist. And here is the magic. Green explodes with life. From the gray of rust, the bike dons a brilliant armor with a clear coat that reflects pride. The final pieces come together. The tank and tail section fit the frame perfectly. The silhouette of a street warrior has emerged. New seat leather is hand-wrapped tight and smooth. Rider comfort is just as vital as the engine power below. The eyes of the bike, the headlight are installed. The tank decals are the final strokes of this perfect design. Final signal check. The turn signals and tail light function precisely as if the bike just rolled off the factory line. Fuel in, ignition on, take a deep breath. As the engine roars with power, all fatigue vanishes. It's the sound of rebirth. Look at it. From a pile of scrap waiting for death, it's now a green masterpiece tearing through the night. The journey ends. but a new life has just begun.